Hi, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. Just a reminder, this is the last live episode we will have for 2022. We cannot thank you enough for the incredible year that we've had. And just a tip as well, we are going to do the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know why I paused so much in my head. I had a brain fart. The 12 days of Christmas are actually going to start Tuesday, and the last one finishes up on Christmas Day. It's going to be old episodes from the Gig Economy Podcast, which used to be called the GR Rideshare Adventures. We'll do episode 1, episode when Jesper comes on, and so many more, just so you have a ton of stuff to listen to over the holiday season. These will not be edited in any way, so the audio is going to be a little sketch on those, especially as you know how much I'm an audio snob. I'm not taking the time to go through and editing all those and cleaning them up. It's just for your pleasure to hear how terrible it was in the back of the day and how great it is now, so I think. But anyways, before we jump into the episode, I want to talk about Solo. Solo uses millions of data points in cities across the country to create daily optimized work schedules for you that they guarantee. Obviously, this is an app for Android and, of course, Apple. They track all your 1099 income, expenses, miles, and project your taxes in one easy-to-navigate dashboard. They offer a free 2-week no-commitment trial to all gig workers. It's $3.99 for the non-guarantee city and $7.99 for the guaranteed city, if the smart guarantee is in your city. Basically, the smart guarantee is, let's say they track your data and they're like, on a Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., you need you to do DoorDash, and you're going to make $25 an hour. And if you don't, they will pay the difference. So that's the smart guarantee. They've paid out a ton of money, $6 million over 14 cities. So it's incredible. They are adding cities all the time. Just look at their website to see if your city applies to the smart guarantee. But check it out. The link for Solo is in the description. And download it and get working. All right, guys, enjoy the show. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. What episode are we on?
125.
125. How's everyone doing tonight? Jesper?
I'm doing great.
Looking dapper AF. Coming from the daytime grind
from the office
to the nighttime grind. Thanks all for joining us. Hello, Larry, Catherine. Appreciate y'all. Episode 125, last episode for 2022 live.
Correct.
Breaking news. Jesper came up with a good idea. So
finally, right?
Yes, finally. So we're going to actually do the 12 days of Christmas. We're going to play old ass episodes on the podcast platform. Not live stream, not on YouTube or anything, but the old, we're going to replay the first episode of this show way back in 2017. And it was just me.
It's rough, guys. You have to listen to it. It's
rough.
The funniest thing.
It's rough. It's rough. I think we're going to do that. Play 12 episodes, and you'll just get some old stuff from some older hosts.
Episode 1, definitely. Yeah. But then we'll do 11 other episodes that are a little bit up there. Not necessarily 2, 3, and 4. Can you stop banging the table?
Sorry. I thought it was another show. It's clearly dead. I think it'll be fun.
Remembers episode 1.
Oh gosh, it was rough. So looking forward to that. I didn't want to leave you with no content, and then we do have if you're part of Patreon, you already saw the episode for interview with a bottle recycling company, which is kind of cool.
A new gig.
If you're in Michigan.
If you're in Michigan, but hopefully they'll spread out quickly, right?
Well, the states that have bottle returns.
The surrounding states. Yeah, of course.
So that'll be fun. Go to gigeconomyshow.com just to find everything out about the show and stuff like that. I want to thank our Patreon members, Larry from Bowling Green, kind of the OG Patreon member, Sanson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud Dickman from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, Omar from Detroit, Lindsay G from Santa Clara, California, and Jamie H from Tennessee. So I don't remember the city.
And I have lots of fun with Jamie. She joined our group, and she's chatting up a storm.
Yeah,
so it's great.
One night or one day or I don't know, I looked down and there was like 50 messages, which is a lot. And it was like Jamie and Gabe talking back and forth. So
it's so good to have that group being active again.
Yeah. So speaking of that group, you can join it.
Yeah.
The link is in the description, and you can just chat with us about gig work. Yep. I even chat sometimes.
And I, when I drove last weekend, Jamie's in Clarksville. That's right. Thank you. So when I was out driving last weekend, I drove for 18 hours or whatever. And I ran into Matt. It was almost like the olden days.
Yeah.
Back in the days, we used to kind of meet up in, parking lots as we were out driving still. Then when we were done driving for the night, we used to meet at the local pizza place. And it was just fun and games.
Where did you see Matt at?
So he was down picking up. It was Saturday. It was at the Van Andel. So he kind of pulled up beside of me. He rolled down his window and said, "Hey, Jesper." So,
nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Hey, is Clarksville in Kentucky? Is she from Kentucky and not Tennessee? Did I fuck that up? I may have fucked it up. At least she's not on right now. Somebody confirm if I fucked that up.
You probably did.
I know. I think I'm going to change it right now so I don't forget. I think it is Kentucky.
Anyways,
that's okay.
She's in Tennessee.
Oh, I'm a
don't change it.
Don't doubt myself. I'm putting it right back in. I spelled it wrong, but I don't give a shit. I can't spell. I went to private school.
But we are so happy that you guys are all supporting us, and it's a big difference. It costs quite a lot of money to run this show, and so thank you so much for your support.
And our energy drink budget and those kind of things. So
yeah.
Stories from the road. I don't have a ton. Again, when you're doing delivery, you just don't get the stories.
No.
I mean, it's when you're dealing with the drunks or that kind of stuff is when you get the stories. And so the only thing I have to report back is we had talked about DoorDash and all the new safety things. I actually experienced it. Every couple of dashes asks, "Did you feel safe on this delivery?" It literally pops up, and I'm like, I'm annoyed because I'm like, confirm. I want to see what I actually got paid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, it's like options: very safe, safe, not safe at all. I'm like, very safe, and then ask one other question like, do you feel safe in general driving for DoorDash? And I'm like, yes, it's fine, but at least they're checking in.
I've been getting some of those messages from Uber too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
I mean, I like that it's there, but
and there's how do you like the Uber platform?
Yeah, I don't give a like at that point.
I hate the platform. Just give me my money.
yeah. Like, why aren't you asking me? When I'm offline and not working? I don't give a shit. Like, I want to move on to the next ride or whatever.
I know. So I have kind of a fun story, if it's okay.
It's always okay.
Okay. So, as I said, I was out driving last weekend. I was trying to get my Quest, and I did get my Quest. So that was kind of good. But Saturday night, it is probably, my guess is it's 12:15, 12:30, something like that. So, after midnight.
Jason's sound asleep.
Jason's sound asleep. I'm out driving. So I'm picking up a gentleman at the piano bar. Mojo's.
Oh.
So yeah, but he was cool. It was fine, but he wanted to go to the titty bar, right?
There is no titty bar.
Titty club. Oh, of course there is.
But it's not a real titty club.
No, but they don't know that. But he wanted to go to the Oasis. What's it called?
Parkway Tropics.
Parkway Tropics.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
But so I dropped him off there, but and he had gotten me as a comfort, and I must have been the only comfort in that area at the time, because as he leaves the car, he goes, "I'll only be a minute," right? And I remember thinking, what the fuck do I care?
Yeah,
because I'm off to the next one,
right?
And literally 2 rides after, here he is again.
You got him. That's so funny.
And it hadn't been 12 minutes. Or something or maybe 20 minutes.
What did he?
So what did he need to do?
It sounds like a deal went down somewhere. Like he was paying somebody off. Like what? Who goes to a strip club for 20 minutes? Well, I guess if they're bad strippers.
Anyways,
that's funny.
So yeah, that was kind of a fun story. And then I drove him home.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's funny. We talked. I was talking about you. I think it was Gabe. Like how much, or maybe it was. I don't know. I was talking about how much money you make when you do those quests.
Right.
And I'm like, maybe it was you I was talking to, but I was like, It's got to be the XL and the Comfort, because I don't think an X would ever.
Well, I mean, we did the numbers, right? And this weekend, yeah, it could very well be he was picking up drugs.
Yeah.
But this weekend, I was averaging. Sorry.
Just turn it.
Better?
Pretend it's a penis.
Pretend it's a penis. He goes. I don't know why he knows, but you know. So, anyways, I got him. So last weekend when I drove, I mean, I was averaging probably $45 an hour before tax and before gas, and so that's okay.
It's got to be better than before the pandemic. I don't think you were making like.
No, I probably don't. But again, I drive. So again, this weekend I did have to go X a couple of times. So I probably did maybe 4 rides on X.
Yeah.
And then 2 on Sunday. But because otherwise I was just sitting still. Sit still.
That's no fun.
No. And so but then again so the rest of the 50 rides was XL on Comfort. You know, and you do make considerably more on XL and Comfort in Grand Rapids. There's no doubt.
Are most of your rides like short? Like, because remember when they changed the pricing thing, if you were going to do longer rides, you were actually going to make less if you drove out of the city. Right. Are you focusing on just downtown stuff if you can? Because you're trying to.
Half and half, I would think. Okay. Half the rides take me out to 28th Street or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of far if you think about it. If you're trying to just flip rides downtown, 28th can be a little difficult. Catherine says it's always awkward driving drunk men to Deja Vu late night alone. Yeah, that's got to be weird for a woman. Like, he's going to like ogle other women, which is fine, but it would be weird as a woman being like, I'm taking him to go party with naked women. But I mean,
so as you said, they won't be naked in Grand Rapids.
No, well, they are. They have to like cover their nipples, which is.
I was gonna say, don't they have? Yeah,
yeah, they have to wear pasties. I'm like, seriously, this is what we're doing. We're like,
but it's because of the Grand Rapids ordinance.
Yeah, it's city of Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
I'm like, we can smoke weed regularly and grow 10 plants, but we can't see a nipple at a titty bar. I mean, like, what's going on here? That needs to be abolished. I mean, I don't go to titty bars, but I mean, I have.
Why do you care?
But I mean, like, for the young man out there that's looking to see his first boob or whatever, like, he should
have to be 21 before they can go in. I mean, hopefully they've seen them before.
I think if it's a non-alcohol, because there's clubs that like. So actually, I do know this.
Gotta run, guys. We're talking too much.
Yeah, Larry's like, I need Jesus.
I'm out.
Like, this is too much for me. Down in Kalamazoo, Deja Vu actually has 2 clubs.
Okay.
One has alcohol and one doesn't.
Okay.
The one that doesn't shows full nudity. The one that does have alcohol, you got to cover the private parts down below. Stupid rules.
Unless it has to do with the alcohol.
It does. They think, if you're not drinking, you won't touch the vagina, but if you are drinking, you will.
Well, I mean, it's probably true, though, that there's some men are just stupid and can't control themselves.
We're all stupid. But anyways, enough about strippers.
But I can actually honestly say I've never been to a...
You've never been to a strip club?
Gentleman's club, no.
Oh, I've been maybe like 4 times.
48. No,
I went with my wife once.
Oh.
It was fun. Do you want a private room? Should we start an OnlyFans? You got real quiet when I said I went with my wife. The Gig Economy Podcast will be right back.
Hey, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jason, and we're the hosts of the Threads podcast, Life Unfiltered.
And we are on a mission to rid the world of Facebook fake, Instagram ickies, and Twitter takes.
And we do this through unfiltered dialogue about faith, mental health, and uncomfortable conversations.
And sometimes we talk about really deep and serious topics.
And sometimes we talk about stupid stuff and make jokes and talk about our lifelong goal of being great at fitness.
But no matter what, we are unfiltered as we talk. So we hope that you join us on the journey.
Okay, moving on. A gig economy in the news. First article is actually from our good friend Janet, which I don't see her on tonight. I talked to her this week. She said she is feeling well and she's getting back to Ubering.
Good.
Finally, after her surgery, and she said her car was a mess and hadn't cleaned it out in like 3 months. So, but this article is interesting. Uber fined for overestimating fare prices in Australia. Okay, fine. Uber gets fined all the time. But let me get to... So Uber admitted misleading or deceiving customers. Hold on. Of course, I didn't highlight anything.
Of course.
So they got sued for... It's important to estimate that Uber overestimated the fare at the time of booking, and the consumer ultimately paid a lower fare, the judge found. So wait a minute. You overestimated, but the customer still paid a lower fare. Why are we suing? Like, the customer wasn't harmed.
Right.
Why are they suing?
Well, maybe it was still higher than they should have paid.
But they didn't. Oh, you mean the actual what they actually paid was still higher? You think that's what? Because I had messaged Janet about that, and she's like, "Yeah, it's very confusing to me. I don't understand why they would sue for that if they didn't pay the quoted rate. Like if they quoted 100 and paid 50, why?
Janet's here.
Oh yeah. Why are you mad? Like that's the point."
Right.
Like,
no,
why are
true.
you mad if you didn't pay the quoted amount? So
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, again, Uber getting sued. It's not a big...
Happens every day.
Yeah. $26 million. I wonder what that does to their bottom line. Is $26 million like, ooh? Do they go, like, is it like when we go out to Ruth Chris and it's like a $200 bill, do we go, ooh, that's higher than I thought?
No, I think it's probably more than that. I mean,
You think
it's still $26 million.
Yeah, but I mean... What's $26 million to like Warren Buffett?
Well, yeah, but this isn't Warren Buffett.
know,
This company is Warren Buffett is profitable. They're not. So
yeah, Warren Buffett was profitable at
when
age 2.
When they lose a couple, when they lose $27 million, I'm sure they have to let some people go or whatever. I don't know.
Sorry, Frank, we got sued again. It's your last day. Thanks for your 2 years of service,
man.
So one article that we found is and Jesper's going to talk about the 4 most lucrative days of the year to be a rideshare driver. I labeled it the top holidays to work.
Yep.
Because that's part of it. So tell us what the top holidays are, Jesper.
Well, I will tell you, but I gotta stop by preface by saying that the 4 days mentioned in this article is definitely not true when it comes to Grand Rapids.
So market specific then, right?
They are definitely market specific. The first one, which the article says New Year's Day. I'm going to say New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I'm going to say both because by far in our market, New Year's Day is the best day to drive.
You think so?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I by far think so. I mean, this is the one night where I have made absolutely the most in one night ever.
Yeah.
And again, it was before the pandemic.
Of course.
But I mean, I was doing 2 and 4 minute rides downtown, and they were all $56.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was killing it that night.
So this New Year's Eve will be your first one back since the pandemic.
Correct.
And
again, that time was back when the surge was still, the multiplier was still
oh my
there.
gosh, that's so long ago.
Yes, that was the multiplier night. But anyways. Because I get so excited about New Year's Eve. But I'm definitely driving that night. And so they're saying New Year's Day. And they're saying particularly New Year's Day because there's so many people who want to get off to bars to watch football.
Oh, during the day?
Yep. So New Year's Day is the best holiday to drive for Uber because not only will we be driving people back to the vehicles they abandoned the night before, but you'll also be taking people to sports bars and parties to watch ball games all day long.
Now, to be fair, neither of us have ever drove New Year's Day because we're sleeping.
Correct.
So maybe it is.
Maybe it's a good day.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know if it's a good day in Grand Rapids, but because I'm definitely going to be driving, probably hitting the road fairly early. Is my goal.
I mean, if they have a Quest, I wouldn't. If they don't have a Quest, I don't think it'll be that. Because remember, it's pretty dead between like 9 and 11.
Well,
people have already made it to their parties and they're at the bar. And then 11:30, it starts picking up, and then midnight it gets busy. I would not go out super early unless you have a Quest. That's my opinion.
Well, yeah. So number 2 is Super Bowl Sunday,
which
I don't think Super Bowl Sunday is very good in Grand Rapids.
No,
they've always kind of been. I've driven in once maybe, and it's just just not.
Most people aren't going to bars; they're going to friends and family,
correct,
stuff like that.
Yep. They say, no, for Super Bowl, every city will be different on how it handles the Super Bowl, and that is definitely true. Number 3 is one I've never driven, is Valentine's Day.
Me either. I mean, if I have, it's just been by chance.
Right. And that was interesting. Now, They say Valentine's Day, which is February 14th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this year in Grand Rapids, February 25th is going to be a big day to drive because that's Winter Beer Fest.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would drive Winter Beer Fest
Yeah.
over Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Screw Valentine's Day.
That's definitely
Flop.
And would you know why I know that? Because that's my birthday. So
Valentine's Day?
no,
25th?
25th.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I don't know. I'm barely listening.
Oh, thank you so much. Number 4 is St. Patrick's Day,
Which can be good.
Which is actually can be good here as well.
Yeah. When they have that
So-
big, I mean, they've canceled Irish Ionia, and they canceled it this year too, which is really weird.
That seems strange.
Yeah, because I mean, we were just coming out of a busy season of the pandemic. I mean, but by the end of March, though, seemed pretty much back to normal. But
Right. So they're bringing up specifically Chicago as being a very big St. Patrick's Day city because there's such a big Irish population in Chicago, obviously. So yeah, that's that. And then honorable mention they're saying here is the Cinco de Mayo, which is also pretty good. And then the 5th one is 4th of July.
Nope.
6
4th of
Halloween, 7 Thanksgiving. So this year, I feel like somebody said they had a pretty good Thanksgiving driving.
During the day or the night before? Because that's the thing that supposedly it's the busiest bar night of the year.
I know, and Matt was saying that he had a great bar night on
Did he?
Thanksgiving. I think it was Matt who said that.
Okay, Sexy Flexi, interesting name. Are you a sexy flex driver? New Year's Day is a Sunday. I plan on working in the morning. Yeah, buddy. I'm like, all right, get it. I love it.
And then Christmas is the number 8. So yeah, those are the best days to drive.
Well, it does say number 9 is New Year's Eve.
Right?
Did you say that?
Well, I started by saying number 1 for us. Number 1 is New Year's Eve. And New
Gotcha.
Year's Day. So
And they have it at number 9.
Yeah.
Is there any other day, at least in our market, that you could say? Oh, well, yeah, Winter Beer Fest.
Winter Beer Fest,
It's huge
definitely.
here.
It's giant.
Even though it's freezing out, people don't care.
They don't care at all. You'll be driving in the morning. You drive people to the park, and
Yeah.
in the afternoon you drive people home from the park.
And what's nice is every once in a while you get a rando drunk, but most of the time no one's shit faced. I mean, they're buzzed, but it's
Right.
more of a different like. It's not like a Friday night, Saturday night drunk. It's
So
more
it-
like it's daytime drunk.
Right. So in the Beer Fest in Grand Rapids, for people who don't know it, so we have a smallish ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, it's-
And so the entire parking lot, they lock that off, and we have a ton of breweries that goes there and puts up there. And then
yeah,
you
brewers
buy,
come over from like the Midwest.
I know,
They
it's
travel
crazy.
in.
And so when you get the beer, when you buy the beer Fest tickets, you also buy tickets to sample beer.
Yeah.
Is essentially what you're doing. So people just go around all morning and sample beer, and it's a Saturday. So.
Yeah. And I can't think of anything else possibly. I mean, if we had like a big festival, like remember I don't think they do it anymore because like a couple people died, but not Faster Horses, but the B93 birthday bash that was. Remember it flooded out in Ionia that one year, but that would be good if we had something like that.
Another thing that they do, we have quite a lot of long rides to it. Is
Electric Forest.
Thank you. Electric Forest.
Yeah.
Which is up at the Double J, and so that's quite often long rides from the airport up to Electric.
Unfortunately, they trimmed down the time of the show. It's only like 4 days now. Remember, it used to be 2 weeks.
Forest. I know.
It was crazy. Oh, no thanks.
So
All right, next up is a person's perspective on DoorDash tipping, and we talked to this to exhaustion, but it's always good to have someone at a different perspective of it. So it's about 56 seconds, and then we'll talk about it.
Tippers are just not getting their food. Not from me. This order, it just popped up, and now there's another 25.
Okay, look, DoorDashers, I think, are frustrated at the wrong people here. I feel like DoorDashers should be frustrated with the company that they're working with, because I feel like the company they're working with should provide them with bonuses every time they make a delivery, right? Because when they don't get provided those bonuses, now they have to rely on people to tip them, right? And now you have to look at it from the people who are ordering the food's perspective, right? You're trying to get a $10 order and then ends up being a $25 order because of all the delivery fees that don't get, awarded to the dasher, right? So now we have to then add a tip so that the dasher can get financial compensation, which is not fair for either party, right? Because say I'm already paying $25 for a $10 order. Now I got to add a $4 or $5 tip for somebody who hasn't even done the service yet. Come here. That really doesn't make sense when you think about it.
I mean, yeah, it does. You're tipping to get your order. That's the reason.
No. And that is true. But what he is saying is a valid point as well, though.
Yeah,
why does the company need to take? I mean, why?
Well, that's it. They're taking a lot more than they probably should.
What he's saying is take it up with the company.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing. So if he's bringing up the $10 order costs $25, right?
Yeah.
Which
he's just throwing out numbers.
Right.
But we talked about some crazy shit.
Absolutely. So that's a $15 difference. And again, this is just his numbers, right? What if it was only $8?
Yeah.
Right? Your chance of getting a $2 to $3 to $4 tip is much bigger than if the DoorDash company only takes $7 or $8.
Well, I think what it boils down to is like transparency. We actually don't know how much of the money that they're earning. So like they charge the restaurant,
right,
and then they're charging the customer that ordered the food.
Right.
Like how much are they actually making on that order?
And
they throw $2.50 to the driver,
right,
and then that's it.
Right.
If they don't tip, that's all you get. So I'd like some transparency to know how much they're actually.
Never gonna get it.
Well, I know. If we did that, then we would. I mean, we could get close though. We can take, if you knew somebody that owned a restaurant that used DoorDash, and they say, yeah, they take 35%. So if it's, we're not going to do math.
I used to own a pizza place, and Uber Eats took, I forget how much it was, but it was part of the food cost as well.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. They upped the price of the food too?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wow. It's interesting. I wonder if you think about it, like Lyft kind of doing with the rideshare drivers, I've been seeing a lot of like exorbitant, I don't know if I said that right, for the rider paying $300 for a 25-minute ride, and the driver's getting $50.
Right.
Like, that's not right.
No.
Like, why are you charging this customer $300 and the driver? I'm not saying the driver needs to get that much, but you need to bring the price down for the customer. Correct. At least, or something. It's just the transparency is just weird with that stuff. So I don't necessarily think the company needs to provide me with all the compensation. I mean, it's a tipping world. That's what we do. So if you don't tip, you don't like it, then don't use the service.
No, but and I'm okay with them tipping, okay?
Yeah.
But I think his point is, maybe the point I'm trying to say, I guess, is I would be more apt to tipping if I only had to pay DoorDash $5 or
100%.
$7.
I think that's common sense. If the bill was less, you'd feel more generous.
Yeah.
I always am amazed when I do get a giant tip. I'm like, oh my gosh, how much did you pay for this frickin' Five Guys?
Right?
Like, you probably paid $20 for this hamburger and fries, and then you tip me $8. Like, I'm appreciative of it, but I'm like, that's nuts. I mean, and it's not like I'm delivering these to $1 million homes.
I know.
We're delivering it to like,
Thank you so much, Steve.
Is that what he does? He just comes in and
he just smacked the like for our boys.
Yep. We never tell people to like. Steve's really good at promoting and saying smash that like and subscribe. Steve,
he loves us.
Thank you, Steve.
We love him.
You can do that anytime.
Anytime you want to. And anybody else can too, by the way. It supports us a lot.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can give us super chats. Yeah, that although I'd rather have you do Patreon because YouTube does keep quite a bit of that money. They hold on to it for a long time. Anyways, patreon.com / the Gig Econ Podcast.
That's a nice little.
Yeah, nice little ad there. Sexy Flexi says food delivery. I love saying that, by the way. It's my new favorite name. Food delivery, I'd imagine, will be busy New Year's Day dinner time. Oh yeah. People hungover, waking up noon, 1 o'clock. They're like, okay, I'm not cooking a fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of food delivery, so I did take a guy. That was Sunday morning. He wanted the Chinese from this special place that didn't do any kind of delivery. So,
oh, really? Who doesn't do delivery?
I don't know. Anyways, he took my car. He jumped into my car.
Yeah.
Went down to the Chinese place. Went in and got his food and went back home.
Really? You waited for him?
Well, it was only a second.
Oh, it was already ordered.
It was two stops. Right.
I mean, if you don't have a car or you're drunk, I mean, why not? If they're not going to deliver it.
I know.
Oh, man.
So he had, Chinese for lunch. So it was good.
Perfect. Talk about this Uber facial recognition stuff.
So basically what's going on here is that in India, lots of drivers are having problems with the facial recognition and how it is locking them out of their accounts. And it's kind of interesting, actually. So they're all using this special software that is called Real-Time IT Check.
Okay.
By the way, before I get into that, I was kind of surprised by this here. The article says that India has 600,000 Uber drivers.
Jeez.
Uber drivers. Holy smokes. And then they have several of their own platforms. They have Ola, they have Swiggy, Zomato, and Urban Company, which is all rideshare platforms in India only.
Damn. Well, India isn't the second biggest country in the world.
I don't know.
There's a lot
big.
of people there.
But so what they're saying, Uber checks that a driver's face matches what the company has on file through a program called Real-Time ID Check. It was rolled out in the U.S. in 2016 and in India in 2017 and then the other markets. This prevents fraud and protects drivers' accounts from being compromised. So basically, they're not using their own software. They're using this Real-Time ID Check.
So Uber uses their own software in the States here, right?
No, they're using Real-Time ID
Oh,
Check.
they are?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, but it's all built into their own software, but they're using this app, right? Which is, I think, controlled from Microsoft. Anyways, so it prevents fraud and protects drivers' accounts from being compromised. It also protects riders by building another layer of accountability into the app to ensure the right person is behind the wheel. Anyways, what they're saying is that the drivers, I guess this software has a particularly high error rate when it comes to people of color.
Yeah, because I think we've had this issue before. We've talked about either African-American people or something like that.
And so what they're saying is sometimes if the drivers if they have extra facial hair, the way that they recognizes the faces it's not very good. And if the lighting isn't correct and that kind of stuff, some drivers are saying that when it's doing the facial check, they have to stop. And if they're driving at night, they have to go outside and find a light post to get good lighting onto it, because otherwise they risk getting deactivated. And of course, Uber says that's not the case. Uber is saying no, it's deactivation only happens because it's been several times where they haven't been verified and blah 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 blah, all that stuff, right? Nevertheless, more than a dozen drivers interviewed for this story detailed instances of having to find better lighting to avoid being logged out of their Uber accounts. Whenever Uber asks for a selfie in the evening or at night, I have to pull over and go under a street light to click a clear picture. And that's just not right? So the real-time ID check works by converting your face into a set of points, explains Journey Kafka, an independent technology consultant with access to Microsoft Face API, which is what Uber uses to power real-time ID check. With the excessive facial hair, the points change, and it may not recognize where the chin is. The same thing happens when there is low lighting or the phone's camera doesn't have a good contrast. This makes it difficult for the computer to detect edges. So anyways, long story short, obviously Uber is saying no, this is not the case, and Indian drivers are saying it is in fact the case, and you need to fix it.
Yeah.
So basically, the story doesn't, the article doesn't say anything that there is any real, things that's going to be fixed, but it's definitely a problem that Indian, lots and lots of people of Indian drivers is having. So.
I look at a couple of paragraphs down, there was something in the UK, and that at least 35 Uber drivers claimed last year their accounts were wrongfully terminated, and the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain has blamed a racist algorithm. I don't think that's it.
Well, so what they actually did for that, they said that in the UK and EU, drivers can choose whether their selfie is checked by verification technology or by human reviewers. So that's apparently a feature that's been added in UK and in European Union.
Yeah, I mean, I would do human, but it probably takes longer.
I was going to say, I bet that's going to take 24 hours.
Ooh.
Or whatever. I mean, that you can't, however long that's going to take, that takes the time. So,
Janet says, I did face verification today. I wasn't sure if I would pass. Has gone from looking straight hair to short curls. From long straight hair to short curls, I had to scan twice to pass. Interesting, because I've done blurry ass photos and they work. I've never had it where it said, nope, take it again. So it's interesting.
I've always taken. I mean, I used to be clean shaven, and when I got back on the platform, I had this beard, and it took it no problem.
Yeah, that's strange. Steve says Microsoft software works around 70%. I mean, there always is going to be error. 70 seems low. They need to work on that then. I mean,
I think it's higher than that. But anyways.
You're like, fuck you, Steve. You just gave us money, but I'm still going to.
I love Steve. He's my brother. I can still disagree with him.
I know. I'm just teasing. Couple of just out of place things. This was taken. It says, thank you for delivering my food. I love you very much. And then someone posted Squidward with a Nazi symbol. And they're like, I didn't mean that. I'm like, well, how do you even have that on your phone? And like, how do you accidentally post something raunchy like that or racist? It's speaking of racist, and then we got this shit. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yep.
A couple of the stories actually tonight that I was going to post, they had been removed from Reddit, like 2 or 3 of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, people, and they weren't even that bad. But anyways, yeah, that's always awkward when you send a wrong text to somebody and do those kind of things.
Yep.
Real quick, I just want to talk Solo. I mean, obviously most people listen to the podcast, but Solo is not really a new sponsor anymore. This is like our 5th episode with them, and we can't thank them enough for supporting us. And what is Solo? Solo is an amazing app, and I was actually talking to Gabe come on, dumbass, open up. I was talking to Gabe today. He was like, hey, have you ever used Solo? I'm like, Gabe, I clearly don't listen to the podcast. I kind of busted him on that. But Solo uses 1 million data points in the cities across the country to create daily optimized work schedules for you that they guarantee, making up the difference if you earn less. They also help you track all of your 1099 income, expense, miles, project your taxes in one easy-to-navigate dashboard. They offer a free 2-week commitment. I have trouble saying that. It's longer than 2 weeks. I finally got a notice up in my app. It says you have 20 days left on the platform. So they gave us a longer period of time.
Mine expired.
Did it?
Yeah.
What is it? So it is $2.99 a month if you are not in, sorry, I lied. $3.99 a month for the basic if you're not in a smart city, and $7.99 a month if you are in the smart city, which I would totally
absolutely
do that.
It's worth it.
And so basically what it is with a smart schedule and pay guarantee is they track your income. They know where you've worked, what apps you worked. They figure out which is the best. I guess I can take this off. Which is the best time to work and which is the best app to work from like noon to 2. And if you do that app during that time and they may say you're going to make $40 and you make $38, they will pay the $2 difference.
Right. And Jamie has been paid a couple of times.
Yeah, that's right.
So it does work.
Yeah, it does work. It's
one thing I noticed last week, which is very interesting, and I wonder if anybody else has noticed this or not. And it was the same. So I have both Moves and Solo hooked up to my Uber account.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I was interesting is that none of the numbers had my Quest total in it. So my Quest reward was not included in my total earnings.
It didn't update like later?
It didn't update. It never updated my I mean, obviously the money that was transferred to Moves, because I used Moves as my debit account. So the money that was transferred to Moves obviously was the full amount. But the amount that it set that I had made Sunday over the weekend was the total amount minus the Quest.
So do you think the data?
I wonder if it's the Uber API that's sending the wrong number.
Okay, I never thought about that. I thought that the data they were getting was just ride data.
But it could be. That could also be the case. But yeah,
that's interesting.
But because it was $155 short, right? So because that was my Quest.
Yeah.
But
well, the Moves should have it though because it's based on deposits, isn't it?
Well, no, because that's what it got when it deposited. It updated the number to
it did update after the deposit
when it received the money.
Gotcha.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I was like, okay, so but
it says I expect this much to go in on
this
date.
That's true. They do the expected.
And that was $155 too short.
Interesting, so. But other than that, Solo does a great job, and we can't thank them enough.
I don't think it's Solo's fault. That's the thing. I think there's something up with Uber's algorithm or Uber's API. Which
yeah. I love Stevie's texting us during the show. I texted you an autonomous delivery robot video short showing how good they work. And we've played a ton of those. I can't get it on the show tonight, but I'll definitely take a peek and we'll put it on for next year because this is our last night of recording.
Year.
Steve, you missed it. We're going to do the 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of Gigmas. I got to come up with a name. We're going to play 12 of the old episodes from way back in the day. It's going to be awesome. Jesper, TikTok. Oh, this is I can.
I was going to say, didn't I just do one?
Yeah, but it is your turn. So this is just we're probably gonna get kicked off Facebook. Hopefully not, because there's some music behind this. But this is funny. And don't accuse me of the chick being hot. That's why I'm sharing it. It's about delivery services. Yeah, she's hot. How they treat your package, and it's more of a video time or video. What am I saying? It's better to see it than hear it. So your video people are gonna enjoy this, or your online people. Shut up. I'm just gonna play it.
Delivery services be like.
So Amazon Flex, she delivers it and then sweeps. Put the flowers back. Knocks on the door. UPS, they come in your house.
USPS.
UPS, they throw it. FedEx, they jump on the package, throw shit off. She stole a pumpkin. Oh my god, I gotta share that on social this week. That's fucking hilarious. I don't think the USPS was accurate. I feel like they're terrible at delivery too.
See, I don't think that's
They're
the case.
knock
They
on the
always
door.
do nice at our house.
I don't know. Mine's terrible. Steve said I think you should just do 12 days of live straight. Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah.
We're taking 12 days off instead.
Yeah. I'll put a Gatorade bottle in right underneath me. The Driven Dad says Lyft has the same problem with Gridwise. Yeah, I've never really dealt with Gridwise. I'm not sure if it's in our area or not, if we can use it, but I don't know a lot about Gridwise. What did I do? 2 in a row? Oh, no, I just did yours. Okay, so this was interesting. Jesper got this message in his app.
I'm wondering if I was the only one or if there's several people gotten it. I'm sure several people gotten it.
I'm sure, but might as well tell people.
Yeah, so basically, it's telling me that if I get to be diamond, I'm going to get an additional $350 one-time cash reward as a diamond driver. So
You didn't say diamond, correct?
sorry, diamond bitch.
Thank you.
So again, I don't know if I'm halfway there right now, so I could. I think I have to the end of January.
Yeah,
how many
I said how many times? How many are you declining when you're out there gigging? Because you're trying.
Very few.
Yeah, because you're trying
It's
to.
a trap.
It's a trap.
Very few.
Yeah, because you're trying to get that quest. So everyone you decline is less. You're gonna take longer. You're gonna take to get to your quest.
Correct. But the other thing I'm also finding, and this is very interesting, is if you drive XL and comfort only, you don't get the radar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I never see the trip radar.
Oh, it's annoying.
And I never see all the bad X rides.
Yeah,
So
they're all terrible.
that's the thing. So I don't have to, when I drive XL and comfort only, I don't have to deny very many.
Yeah, that's true.
So that actually most of the rides that I do ends up being pretty good.
But does if you don't, the trip radar doesn't count as an acceptance rate thing.
Oh,
does
no,
it?
I know.
Okay.
But again,
you just in general, you were saying
in general, because
Yeah.
those are all stupid, bad rides.
Well, I get them for food deliveries too.
Right.
It makes a different noise, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And then I was like, "It would be like Sephora. Is that the name of the?"
That's the store in Kohl's. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it'll be like $4 for 26 miles. That will be the radar delivery.
I know.
I'm like, who actually even takes this?
I know. Matt was showing one last week. He's like, who would
Yeah.
who would do this?
Uber's been really weird for food delivery lately. It was good for a while. Like 1 week I made almost $200 of my weekly money just on Uber, which is a lot for Uber.
know, that's
and then
crazy.
last week I made $7. I did one ride because the rest of them had been dog shit. Steve said the USPS just wouldn't show up. Yeah, pretty much. I had a day last week that I did not get mail. It said informed.
Me too. I did too.
You did?
Yeah.
The informed delivery said it, and then it didn't come till the next day. What happened that day?
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
a holiday. Anyways.
I don't know.
Driven Dad, I use Maximo and don't take anything less $2 a mile, and I'm at 11. Yeah, I mean, I use Maximo too for I
He's
don't
at
do.
11 acceptance rate.
That's awesome. I think I'm actually up a little bit on DoorDash. I think I'm all the way up to 29%, which is high for me. But yeah, use those
I
apps.
think mine is 5.
On DoorDash?
No, my acceptance rate in Uber.
No, it's not.
Like
5%?
5 minus. What is it like? I have the number that can be 4%.
That's cancellation
My
rate.
cancellation rate.
I was like, you're not
No,
getting
okay.
Diamond Bitch at a 5%
No,
AR.
I was the other way. So yeah.
This next one, I mean, you can promo. I keep hearing noise, mic line.
It's not me.
Yeah, you think it's me? You think the audio editor is me?
Okay, fine.
It's you, bitch.
So there's a video.
Yeah, this is just a pizza delivery video. You probably didn't even watch it, did you?
I did watch it.
This is just interesting how this guy got robbed. An
Some
old guy.
people are idiots.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I gotta get the money first.
I know. Let me see. I'm not doing that.
I gotta get the money first.
Open the pizza.
2 pan pizzas.
So an old coot. The guy walked up from the street and is like, I got to get my pizzas. And maybe the guy thought he lived there or something. But if you watch the video, I'm not going to play it again, but at the beginning, the other kid is going through his car, like stealing his wallet or his phone or something like that. People are just douchebags.
People are douchebags.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just not right.
It just puts out how dangerous it can be out there.
I know.
He's just standing there delivering pizzas. And I wonder if they set it up or they saw he was delivering and they were just going to rob him. I don't know. I'd be curious. If they actually ordered the pizza there and there wasn't.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't order it.
They just happened to see him and they're like, well, let's go.
Happenstance.
Yeah, happenstance.
I'm hungry. Gonna get to steal some food.
Wait, the Driven Dad says his cancel rate's 55. That can't. They'd kick you off the platform. No way. 55% cancel rate? No way.
That's a lot, cancel rate. But I have found myself that I canceling a little bit more than I should.
Yeah.
Last week there was one I had taken as I was finishing a ride. I took one, and it ended up being I had to drive like 16 minutes to pick them up. No, fuck, I'm not doing
Fuck
that.
you. I'm not
even
driving
for
that
an
far.
XL.
So Steve said, why did you run to the passenger side of the car? Well, the door was still open. I think that's why he ran over there. And the guy couldn't run anywhere. He was wobbling. He was an old coot, so there wasn't.
Yeah, it's just.
So Driven Dad says they don't cancel. Only I'm guessing what he's saying is they won't kick you off with cancellation. Uber.
Only DoorDash, bro. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Interesting. I always thought that Uber, unless they've changed it. I mean, it's been a long time.
not. Right now, they have no drivers, so they're probably not canceling anybody for.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Rate, so,
but damn, that's a lot. That's a lot of cancellations. Are you even working out there?
That's the one that's my that's the one that's 5%. So
yeah,
mine.
Yeah. Real quick, we're getting close to wrap up time, but gig economy lies. The app Upside, if you use the promo code GigEconomy25, you get an extra 25 cents off, and then 25 cents for your original fill up, first time only. So you get 50 cents off per fill up. I use it every 3 days. Mm-hmm. It's great. The link is in the description. If you're not using it, where have you been?
I have saved almost $40.
I'm at like 120.
See, that's the thing. I mean, after I really started using it, I've saved money all the time.
Yeah, when you start thinking about it, especially when you're using more, it pays off. If you you fill up once a week, don't even fucking bother with it. Like, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. I fill up about twice a week.
Even when you're doing gig work?
Oh, yeah.
No, you fill up more than that.
No.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
So
you don't ever leave the house.
So I save maybe. I mean, I save $3.50 every time I fill up my tank on Upside. Roughly.
Wow. Okay. That's not bad. I mean, still use it. I guess my point is like, obviously the more you use it, the more
of course
you're going to make. And
what I found though is if you find a gas station, you just have to do the check-in. You don't have to submit the picture of the receipt. Then that's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He sent a picture. I thought the little guy was the cancel rate. Which is the cancel rate?
Hang on, I have
now we're getting off track. I think the 52% is the acceptance rate, and the person is the cancel rate. Look at it, says, I'm Tony.
No, the 52% is the cancellation rate.
It is? On the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. I guess you can...
That's mine. That's 5, yeah.
Huh. Again, now how are you even working?
That's okay.
So 50. So 40. He only takes 48% of the rides.
But he's 4.99. I'm only at 4.96.
Oh, Tony is kicking your ass. All right, moving on. Use Upside Gig Economy 25. Jesper sent this crazy map, and
So at our last live stream, we're talking about how this was going to come to Grand Rapids, and I hadn't seen it yet. And so now here it is. This is the earnings trends. This is the Grand Rapids and area, and this happened to be a Sunday afternoon. But anyways, so you can look at it hourly. The map updates whatever hour you're in, and this happened to be as I said Sunday afternoon, and you could see what area you can make more money in and that kind of stuff.
is it?
So,
Can you zoom in a little bit more? Because
No.
that sucks. Like,
but you can click on the hourly. If you click on the hourly view, it'll give you like a grid, like an hourly
Graph
for the whole day, which hours to make.
but
more
see,
money,
like
so.
the $3 signs. I mean, that could be by the casino.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I understand. But
But I just think they would make it a little bit more accurate, and but that's interesting. So that's somewhere in your app.
it'll come up. It'll say, "Here's your hourly your trends." Yep.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of cool to see, and
Interesting. So I've had these articles in here for a while. We've never gotten to them because usually we have so much chatter. So I'm gonna quick go that this. I thought this was interesting. It really isn't. It's kind of just pissed me off. It says California plan to tax the rich to pay for EVs has Governor Newsom facing off against his party and Lyft. So basically the gist of it is the government wants to tax the rich people so other people can buy electric cars. That's fucking stupid. If I was rich, I would be so pissed about this. Like, I'm all for helping the homeless and feeding people and housing people. But if I was wealthy, it's a 1.75% tax on personal income of more than $2 million, which still is a lot of money. It affects fewer than 43,000 people, but still, to help people buy electric vehicles, I'm flabbergasted.
so how would he do that? Would he to give an extra credit for people buying EVs?
Yeah, I didn't read it's a long ass article. And it's about politics, you know me and that. But in the first couple paragraphs, I was just like, the money raised by tax wouldn't count toward a state budget rule that.
Where was this? You said
It's California.
California.
Of course.
So the other interesting part about that is, and I've heard several people say this, is if people buy, if there's more people buying EVs in California, the electrical system can't handle it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
They're already having brownouts.
I know. So do you want more stress on the infrastructure?
Really, what I would be more happy about is if they taxed them and gave everyone solar.
Well, yeah.
Well, that would be more efficient than
Right.
trying to. That would actually reduce the load on the grid.
Right.
And then let's try the EV stuff.
I know.
Fucking stupid.
That's why Musk moved to Texas.
Yeah. Texas, they don't tax you for shit. My God.
They have so much oil, they don't need the taxes.
So I wonder if this would be a 1.75% tax on all your earnings, or if it's just more than $2 million.
Probably only whatever over $2 million.
But I mean, if you have 10 million, are they going to tax 8 million of that at 1.75%?
Yeah,
That's a lot then.
I know.
That's a lot of money. I mean, obviously the richer you are, the less impactful it is, but we talked about Uber when they got let Frank go if they get sued for 26 million. Steve says exactly, Jesper, the grid can't handle air conditioners. They can't.
No.
It's the stupidest thing ever. I don't
Maybe they should fix the electrical grid first and then do it.
I think California should become their own state. Fuck them. Like, they're out of here. I think we should do something. Let's tell them they're fucking done. They can.
I think we should just, get rid of the federal union altogether.
Yeah.
And then all the states could become little countries.
There you go. That's fine with me.
That's how we should handle
Then
it.
I'll have to deal with people from Ohio. If you want to come to Michigan, you need a passport, bitch. Anyways, I just saw this. It had been on a rundown for a while, and I think that's the stupidest thing ever.
Anyways.
The Driven Dad, the grid can't handle box fans. I know, it's terrible. We don't have that problem over here. I mean, we don't have the heat that they do, but
No.
Jesper,
So we figured it was Christmas soon anyways, so why we should have a Christmas story. Uber to offer free reindeer sleigh rides in Finland, world's first on-demand excursion of its kind.
That's going to be so fun.
I know, it's so fun and so nice. Obviously, it's a joke. But
It is?
I don't know.
It's from Fox Business. It's got to be true.
Uber is officially launching the world's first ever on-demand sleigh rides in Lapland. From December 12th to 18th, riders in the area can call an Uber sleigh, a winter festive ride complete with a blanket and pulled, of course, by reindeer.
I like your soft voice.
I know, right?
Are you reading a
Travelers
story?
will be able to book a sleigh ride directly in the Uber app. The riders will take passengers on a 2-hour journey through Lapland's snow-covered forests. And the most wonderful thing is, it's all free.
Well, the thing is that they're showing a picture, and it's like a car with reindeer ears and a red nose. Like, you couldn't get a reindeer on there? I mean, you're a technology company, for God's sake. Why do I got to look at some cheap green car with ears and a nose on it? Some bullshit. Oh.
Anyway.
You want to hear a sad reindeer story?
Of course.
Okay. Not like no one died or anything, but Granville had their little Christmas kickoff and lighting or whatever. And they had some reindeer there. They put these guys in the smallest cage ever on the street, like they blocked off the street. I felt they couldn't even turn around. I'm like,
I know.
If you're going to have reindeer out here, can you make it a
Did
little
they have
bigger?
2?
They had 2.
There was the same 2 reindeer
I'm sure.
at the Walker.
Yeah. Was it really small there, too?
It was in a crate like this.
Yeah.
Cage like
yeah,
this
they couldn't
table.
even turn around.
No, they
I'm
couldn't.
like, and they were there for like 4 fucking hours. I get it. God put animals on the earth to work for us, but let's be a little nice. Let's let them at least take a shit and like walk around or something or drink some water. There was no food. There was no. It was.
Here they got water and food.
Maybe I missed that. My toes were.
But
too
it was
damn
a
cold.
very tiny little one.
Yeah. Did they have the camels there too? And the donkeys.
No, we didn't have
We
camels.
had 2 camels. They were kind of dope. They were like winter camels. I don't know. They were cool, but anyways,
Winter
those
camels.
damn reindeer. I felt, and they had these giant racks on them. And yeah. Well, speaking of racks, circle back from deja vu stuff. But yeah, I just felt bad for him. What?
I got you all.
No, I got a notification on my watch, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But anyways,
Snow camels.
Snow camels. Oh my gosh.
That's the best hashtag. Hashtag snow camel.
Snow camels. Yeah, better than camel toe. No.
I know. Oh my god.
All right, we need to end this. Guys, I appreciate you. Did the snow camels have to... Steve, stop. I appreciate you guys. Again, we're going to do that fun little episode of just throwing stuff up, and you'll get to hear... although... We're going to have to pay extra for our server costs, though, because we only get a certain amount of hours.
We'll have to figure it out.
You okay about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can Grandpa open the wallet and let us have a little bit more?
Sure.
All right. So happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays, guys, and thank you so much for your support through the year.
Yep.
And we hope you guys will support us next year as well.
Of course.
And hopefully we'll have a lot of fun new things happening next year.
We are changing up some things. We've talked about it. You might get some more content. It might be a little bit different, but yeah, we're trying to get you something weekly, but not a full gig show every week. So we'll see.
It's hard when there's so much stuff going on all the time.
For sure. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And stay safe out there.
No. You screwed it up.
We'll see you on the road.
Maybe in 2023 we'll get it right, y'all. All right, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.